should have seen how nasty this place was in person. It was bad. And now it's my sanctuary. I ended it. I have bronchitis still. I hinted at this. One thing about being in the basement is when the heat turns on, it pollutes my audio so bad, so I gotta go turn that off. Maybe.
Okay, hold up.
It's my furnace. Shut up! So this is obviously a new space. This is a very new space. I hinted at this in my last video, but I have created a new studio for me. Out of necessity, really. My wife and I live in a 2-bedroom house and we both work from home remotely, and I had our 2nd bedroom as my office space and my art studio because I had 2 jobs, because I had my normal graphic design job and then I also did my art business stuff. There's so much noise pollution. Bindy's clicking up. I don't even know if you can hear it. Bindy's clicking her little nails on the floor upstairs and it's like messing with my audio. Where was I? So I had that 2nd bedroom space. Then I quit my job so I can do my art full time and also help Nikki with her business. My wife's office was literally in the living room, just like a desk in the living room. Gomez, you chewing on that bone is making a loud noise, mister. So when there's dog chaos in the house, or if anything is even remotely distracting, it's really hard for her to work. So we wanted to come up with a solution so that she can have her own space that's not the living room, and I could also have my own space to be able to make all my stuff. And like, we both have too much stuff to share that 2nd bedroom, and it would just been chaos, both of us working in the same room all day long. What we did is we took our icky basement, which honestly, it's not that, it wasn't that icky. It had some drywall up and it came with this really nice bathroom. Like for whatever reason, the previous owners like really decked out this bathroom. It's got like heated floors and like a fancy old little mirror that has lights in it, and then left the whole rest of the basement super nasty. And I know why, it's because it floods down here when it rains a little bit. Just a little. We fixed it mostly. I'll get to that. But it was pretty nasty down here. They'd like painted over the tile, but like the paint didn't stay, so it was like peeling up and it was super dirty, and like the windows were just like raw edges, and like it was dirty and nasty because it's a basement, like, and we haven't touched it. We've just been storing stuff down here. And so to try and give us more space in our tiny little house, we decided to convert this into an area where I would feel comfortable hanging out in, working in. I was not super gung-ho about it at first. I was very much like, and she's like, I'll make it super cute, we'll deck it out, it'll be really cute. And I was like, like, how are we gonna make this nasty place look livable whatsoever? Gomez, that is so loud. So, the game plan was paint the walls, paint the floor, get some rugs, make it comfy. But first, before we could do any of that, it needed to be cleaned really bad. It was so dirty. You should have seen the little like mop pads I was using to clean the floor. It was really icky. So we dusted the like rafters. It's just like not raw, but there's no ceiling. It's just like beams and pipes and electrical cords up here. But like we had to dust up in there and vacuum up in there and get all the spider webs. We mopped. I peeled up some of the paint that was like chipping off the floor, so hopefully it wouldn't mess up when we tried to paint over it again. And we kind of like powered through that to be able to like be able to paint over it without like the dust messing up the paint or anything like that. And also like I felt gross down here. I was like, I'm not staying down here if I feel like this. He brought the bone back and he's chewing it right behind me again. Gomez, did you know this thing is so loud? So after it was all cleaned, we decided to paint the walls, and this was a nightmare. My wife went to Lowe's, picked out white, and I was like, babe, just get the whitest white possible. She sent me the chip card, it said ultra white, and I was like, hell yeah. Brought home the painting the walls, and I was like, this doesn't look ultra white. But by this point, it's like, I'm like, I don't care. Like, you know, it's dark down here. I wanted to get the paint done. It didn't feel like a big deal in the moment to be like, oh, is this really ultra white? Like, how picky can I be about the whites, the different whites, you know? So we started painting the walls, and we painted most of them, then we ran out of paint. She went back to Lowe's, brought the same chip card back, got a bucket of ultra white paint, and when she brought it back, we opened it up, and it was like 5 times as white as the original paint that we had gotten. So we painted most of the room in a white, that we didn't know what it was, we couldn't get a match to it, and it wasn't gonna match the floor, which was an ultra white color, and I almost exploded. Like I was like, there goes Bindi again. I was like, also this project was like kind of a spur of the moment thing. Nikki really needed space. She was really stressed in her space, and we're like, let's get it done in a weekend, which is a big project like that. It's really, really stressful on me. So like we'd been working all day long, all day, and then this thing with the white paints happen, and we don't even know how to fix it because we don't know what white we had painted the walls with because we thought it was ultra white because that's what we'd chosen. So what we did is paint over the white that we'd painted before. So we got more ultra white, painted over the paint that I'd already painted on the wall. It was like, it was the most awful feeling to have to do that again after painting for hours and hours and hours. But we did it. And I painted the whole thing ultra white. And then I actually painted this wall over here. You can't see it, but I painted it blue because I'd like to do like a sky cloud mural over here sometime. I'm not sure if I will eventually do that. Right now it's just kind of like an accent wall. But eventually that maybe is going to be a little mural. So like all the walls are ultra white except this one blue wall now. And the other thing we did to like really clean up the space is, and this was my wife's idea. She's like, I swear it's gonna make it look so much more civilized. So she got some framing for, it's like edging. I don't know what you call it because she's more into carpentry than I am. Oh, I feel like I look like, also I got my vaccine, heads up, got my second vaccine like 2 days ago, and it was the worst I've ever felt maybe in my entire life. It was so bad, and I'm still kind of recovering a little bit. So if I look absolutely exhausted and dehydrated and like I went through hell, I did. Binky's clicking around up there and he's chewing his bone. I swear to God. I swear to God, I will never have good audio as long as I live. That is basement downsides. So we got some like edging, some framing for these window boxes, hammered them in. They're a little bit uneven. We were kind of rushing, and like the walls aren't super even. We had to kind of like rig things to be able to try and get them as even as possible. So like some of the edges are not like perfect, but I spackle them. Is that what you call it? Spackle? I don't know. To try and like cover up the gaps and stuff, and we painted over those with the ultra white too. And then I also painted the inside of the window boxes because it was just like raw cement blocks and some beams and like these little glass, I don't even know what you call these. The windows that are down here, and I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little windows over here. So it's kind of like brighter than any other basement would be. But these like glass boxes create these windows. So I taped those over and then painted the cement blocks and the beams, and it made these window boxes look so much cleaner. They really look so much more beautiful than they did with the raw drywall edging and then cement and wood in there. It looks really nice. And now they have like little ledges so I can put little plants and stuff. You can see back there, I have a couple little plants sitting right there, which is really nice. And some like, I'm like that. I'm one of those people. I got some crystals up there. They're charging in the window. Some selenite, good energy. So that was a huge, huge improvement to the space too, adding the framing on these windows. And then the last thing that we did was paint the floor. And when I say we, I mean my wife, because she's an angel. She did multiple coats of white paint on the floor, and I think, we were desperately trying to get this done as soon as possible because you have to wait a couple days for the paint on the floor to dry before you can like start putting stuff on. And we wanted to get her into my old space as soon as possible, so she stayed up, I think, until like midnight painting the first coat of the floor because she loves me. I can't remember if we did 2 or 3 coats total on the floor, but it's all white, it's beautiful. There's some like, it's tile in here, and then there's some like cementy raw stuff over there, but we just painted that white too, and like, we're like, whatever, it's fine. So this space was all white, all clean, all beautiful. And then once it was dry for a couple days, I was able to start moving some stuff down here. So I got a couple rugs, also from Lowe's. Lowe's, sponsor me. I should have asked Lowe's to sponsor this video. Lowe's, hello. Anyway, I got the most kicking deal on some rugs at Lowe's. The only thing about this basement is that it's cold. It's like really cold and I am really chilly down here. And I was like, I don't want just this raw floor. I wanted to feel cozy. So I allowed myself to spend a little bit of money on rugs. And then I got this rug on like insane sale. It's like a big blue rug. You can kind of see it. And then I got this little fuzzy rug too here, so I can put my little couch right in front of it and have like kind of like a little hangout zone. But like this rug is just like, you know, I can work at my desk over here. I can do my painting and like my little foots don't freeze off the second they touch the ground. Still, it's really cold down here. I have a space heater, but it's still pretty cold. But once summer hits, I think this is gonna be the most comfortable space in the house, so I'm not that worried at the moment. We'll see once winter hits if I literally die down here or not. The other thing I added is I was really worried about like allergies in the basement because it's just like there's more stagnant air down here, so I got an air purifier for me and it's been working really good. It's an air purifier that like it checks the air quality and then gives you like a little status bar of how the air quality is in your space, and so I can know if it's icky air quality down here or not. And so far it's been all clear, but I still keep it running because I want to be able to breathe, not constant allergens. And then we have a dehumidifier to kind of keep it not from getting moist down here and gross on the other side, but it's loud as hell, so I have it turned off currently so I can record. And then once I had the rugs all in, that's when I started bringing all of my stuff from my upstairs space into my basement space, my new base. So I brought down my desk, my beer pong table I used to paint on, my easel, all my art supplies, my piano, because I need to start playing that again because I've been so busy with having a puppy that I have not played in months and I forgot just how to play it all. I also have a corner over there for my yarn. I'm a crocheter. Like, oh God, I've been so deep into crocheting and I have just a problem with how much yarn I own. But now I have a space to put it all in, so it makes me feel good. It looks cute over there, all colorful and stuff. So I have that now, which is nice. And then I wanted to add some finishing touches because it still kind of felt just like me and my stuff in a basement. So my wife and my father-in-law installed some light panels for me to add a lot more brightness. I can show them in a video, but they installed some light panels and a light switch. There was no light switch before. They added a light switch for me, so now I can flick on the light when I come down here. And I bought some really cute little fairy lights. So I have some fairy lights there behind my piano, and then I have some string fairy lights that go all the way around my whole studio, and they're like remote controlled and they're really cute. And anyone who tells me that fairy lights are for college dorm rooms can kiss my ass because I love them. They're the cutest and I'm not gonna let anybody tell me any different. I'm obsessed. So that helped make it feel like a little cozier in here. And then I also installed a little curtain to like close off the open space and kind of separate me from the other side of the basement, which is not finished and icky and full of just junk and like our laundry machines and stuff like that. So this little curtain helps with noise a little bit, helps keep the heat in here when I have the space heater running, and it looks cute and comfy. And then I hung up my little bulletin board, I hung up some little shelves for me to paint on, I brought my plants down here, put them all around to kind of like liven up the space a little bit. And then by that point, I would walk down here and feel like this is my space. Like this is a comfortable space where I can come and be creative and hang out. It's still cold, but I'm really excited for the progress that we made down here and for the fact that like I have this now, this space is twice as big as what I had before. So basement upsides, my space is twice as big, it's brand new, super beautiful, decked out, really cute, super bright, really awesome space for me to create. Go man, that's so loud, buddy. Basement downsides, so many noises to interrupt me when I'm recording. It's very cold And the other thing is that when it rains really hard, I do get some water flowing in that corner over there. A little stream of water will come puddling in. So that's an interesting thing. And I don't know if that's like a big thing that we're gonna have to deal with in the future. It used to be like lots of water, and I'm nervous that eventually there's gonna be just like a swimming pool down here instead of my studio space. But you know, you gotta make do with what you got, and right now this is what we've got, and I made it as cute as possible, and I'm really excited about it. I'm gonna do like a full studio tour where I show you all my organization and how I'm liking the space and how I use all of my things in a later video. But I just wanted to show you a little bit of my renovation transformation process of this space, because it was a big project and it's really, really exciting that I could turn the yuckiest of spaces into a really, really cozy, nice space for me. So look forward to that, and I'll see you in the next video.